guys over on the first 7 or 8 gates. A slow reaction there from Roczen, and he's punished by Jet Lawrence and Hunter Lawrence there in second, but he has to yield, and he's back into second position immediately. Roczen gets himself back into third, does he? Not quite. And Roczen does move into third place. Might be crossed there, just getting past there, Subirats, and then Tixier, but Jet Lawrence already starting to open up, and then he goes too tight. That allows Hunter Lawrence to get a better run into the final turn. So the first three separated by 1.3 seconds. Jet Lawrence, Hunter Lawrence, and Ken Roczen. Oh, it was the 46 of Hill that made the good start. But he's already down in 10th place, so Johan Cross on the 8:48, dropping down the order already to 7th place, but through the whoops for the second time. And you see the difference there between Jet and Hunter that time around. Kenny Roczen trying to keep the 96 in his sights. This one, 8 minutes plus a lap. The lap times around about 39 seconds, 38 seconds it will be. See that hard edge there, they're just able to turn in there in that sand section, but here comes Ken Roczen. He's going to triple his way in, is he? Yes, he is. Triple, and then he has to go double, triple. So Hunter just moving across, probably fancying the threat, or not fancying the threat from behind. Jet Lawrence was 0.9 of a second clear of Hunter, but Roczen not able to put his whoop speed to good use here. Oh, he lights at the back end as well, almost collides with the top block on the exit. Get a lap time this time around. A 40.6 for Jet Lawrence. The gap 1.6 between him and brother Hunter. Here's Cooper Webb. He is in 5th place at the moment, and he's already, what, 2 or 3 seconds down on Cedric Subirats. There's Subirats just ahead of him. So Cooper Webb into that far left-hander on the number 2. Subirats coming towards us now on the 85. He's in 4th place. But Jet Lawrence opening up that gap as Webb back down the start straight for the 3rd time. Lawrence now extending his lead to 1.8 over his brother Hunter. That sand just not causing problems, but just unpredictable through that left-hander. Roczen still there, 3rd, losing the toe to Hunter Lawrence ever so slightly, but then looks like he's gaining back on him through the whoops into this next left-hand turn. So Hunter Lawrence can't afford to switch off here because Kenny is getting ready to pounce. Approaching the halfway mark of this first SX1 race. 2 8-minute plus 1 laps and then 13 plus 1 right at the end of the night. 1 point for a win, 2 points for second, and so on and so forth. Jet Lawrence now 2.5 seconds clear. Hunter Lawrence comes up short. He realised, he took a nervous look over his shoulder as well. Wanted to make sure that Kenny was right there, out of the way. Kenny cut in and out. The thought process was there, but he wasn't able to capitalise on it. And Hunter Lawrence hanging on here. Whoa, that back end lighting up. That's how hard and slick it is coming out of that penultimate turn. Roczen this time losing that back end, but not to the same consequence as Tom Vialle in the first SX2 race. Face full of sand for Roczen. I was talking to Justin Brayton yesterday. Brayton down in 15th place. I'm not sure what happened to Brayton. Hasn't even gone out, actually. Didn't even start the race. So the number 10, Justin Brayton, I was about to say, when I first saw him on track yesterday for the media event, he was saying the dirt was awesome, so grippy. He's really looking forward to it. So I'll try and get a word on Brayton as to why he's not lining up. Cedric Subirats here in 4th place. Cooper Webb about 3 seconds behind him now. Back marker for Hunter Lawrence. A couple of back markers in his line of sight, actually. Takes a nervous look across the shoulder. It's Cross and Pole. They do their very best to stay out of the way. Hill now up in the 10th place. Just over 2.5 minutes plus a lap to go. Jet Lawrence debut, 450 Supercross ride, if you like. Yeah, he did the Super Motocross events at the end of the outdoor season, just before the Motocross of Nations. And he's leading the way here, first time out in an arena, and quite comfortably as well. A Lawrence 1-2, but for how much longer? Roczen has been parked behind the number 96 for the entirety. All 7 laps so far. We're working our way towards the end of lap 8. And the 94 still hasn't found a way to break down the barriers. And I just wonder now, maybe Hunter Lawrence just settling down a little bit. The threat not really imminent at the moment. Hunter Lawrence being ruthless there with the back marker, had to be, because if he wasn't, then Roczen would have been right there, back on him again. The 12 of Justin Starling, who's in 11th place. Still 3 or 4 more laps to run in this one. Is he gaining ground? It was a 40.6 for Hunter Lawrence, 40.7, loses another 10th then, does the 94. 41.4 for Jet Lawrence. That gap now down to 2.5 seconds. Here's Webb. He's about to hit the line. He was a 42.4 last time, 42.8 this time around. Just wondering whether that first race inside an arena, maybe just a little bit of arm pump. Just doesn't look like he's on it at the moment. Cooper Webb showed good speed in the free practice session and the time practice session. They're probably just wanting to get this first race out of the way, maybe, who knows. Kenny Roczen, a 41.1. So Lawrence gains about another ½ second that time around. Hard on the front brake there, Webb. Almost pulling a stoppie into that final turn. Subharas all over, just ahead of him, sorry, all over the back of Subharas. This is for 4th place. Is he going to find a way through? Not quite. Forces the move, and Subharas has to yield. Cooper Webb moves up in a 4th place. Subharas coming back for more, though. Webb reads it well. Fans on their feet, loving every minute of this from the 85 on the red Honda. But then Webb says, you know what, you want to do that? I'll come back, I'll park you. Drag race through the whoops. Look at the speed of Subharas, surely running on adrenaline. Going into the final lap then. Jet Lawrence continues to lead, 2.8 seconds over Hunter Lawrence. Roczen about another 2 seconds further back. All eyes on the battle for 4th though between Sub and Webb. A couple of corners to go for Jet Lawrence. The American Honda Team HRC rider takes a long look over his shoulder, sees the battle going on behind him. Out of the final turn then, Jet Lawrence, number 18, wins race 1 here in Paris. Not done yet. Here comes Webb. Oh, he can't get his elbows out big enough. Sub was just held up by a back marker. He's going to have to go tight and defensive. And Webb reads it like a book. These two throwing handbags at each other. Is there going to be shenanigans in the final turn? Not quite. And Subharas will hang on for 4th place. Fans loved every minute of that. Good effort that from Sub as he rounds out in 4th place.